Eliza Bournay, an associate editor at BookPage, and today I'm talking to Jay Asher and Carolyn Mackler, author of The Future of Us, and Jay is also the author of 13 Reasons Why, his debut novel, which was published in 2007 and spent 65 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. And Carolyn is the author of 5 novels, including The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things, which is a Prince winner. So I'm really excited to talk to them today at ALA. So first of all, Jay, I know I read in a blog post, I think, that you had some trouble writing after 13 Reasons Why. Could you tell me a little bit about how Carolyn pitched this project to you and what it was about collaborating with her that kind of got you excited about writing again?
Yeah, after 13 Reasons Why came out, it was basically a mental game that I played on myself. And I didn't know I was going to do that. You know, the success of the book, as well as hearing from readers and how much the book has meant to them, I was so terrified of following that up that for about 2 years I didn't write anything. And I got to the point where I thought, I'm probably never going to write again. And then Carolyn emailed me saying, I have a crazy idea, and of course I like crazy ideas, so I emailed back saying, let's hear it. She said she was interested in writing a collaborative novel, and immediately I thought, that's the way that's going to get me right again, because this book then wouldn't be seen as a direct follow-up. But then, now that the book's done, if people want to see it as a direct follow-up, I'm more than happy because I absolutely love the book. So thank you for emailing me.
You're welcome. It was a fun email.
So why did you choose Jay to work with you?
Good question. About a year and a half ago, I just woke up one morning and thought, I want to write a collaborative novel, and then I thought, well, who would it be? And I was a huge fan of 13 Reasons Why. I only knew Jay professionally. We'd exchanged a few emails, and I just felt like I loved the sensibility of the book. And it felt like similar to what I do. We have a similar skill set, but also I thought we really could complement each other. So I just sent him an email and said, do you have a crazy idea? I have a crazy idea. And he said yes. And then we had a conversation. And we really talked about what we liked in a novel. And realized that we were on the same page, so to speak. Brainstormed, and by our second conversation we came up with the idea.
Okay. So you did not have the Facebook of the kind of looking toward the future idea before you talked to Jay?
I didn't, no. I just thought it would be really fun to do something different. I'd written 5 novels, I wanted to try something very different, and I wanted to try writing a book with Jay, and we just came with nothing. We just said, what would be a really fun idea? What would be different? And
we pitched several ideas.
They were pretty gruesome.
Once we came up with that concept, immediately both of us went, yes. That's perfect. Yeah. And it totally intrigued both of us, and then it was just...
We started with the question of, what if as a teenager you could see who you were going to marry? How would that affect your life now? And then we thought, well, what if it were on Facebook? And really, once we said that, we were on the phone for 90 minutes just saying, oh, and it could be 2 characters, and one's future would look amazing.
And before Facebook was even invented, so the first thing you have to figure out, what is this thing?
Right,
you know?
So it's a mystery. Yeah. It's a bit of time travel. And then there's a lot of tension because one character, Emma's future on Facebook doesn't look so great, and Josh is going to marry the hottest girl in school.
So he doesn't want his future to change at all.
Not at all.
So how did your collaboration process work? Did you each write chapters and go back and forth, or did you kind of outline and work on it the whole thing together?
Well, we brainstormed the whole thing together, so nothing that we were writing was necessarily going to be a surprise as far as the plot, although there were little details that always surprised us. And then I was responsible for one character's chapter, she was responsible for the other, but then we switched chapters and had free reign to edit the other person, add, subtract, whatever we wanted, and then we kept going back and forth like that until we were both completely satisfied with each chapter.
And that was really important to us from the beginning. We both said in our first conversation, if we write a novel together, we wanted to feel like it was written by one person. We wanted to feel smooth, consistent, we wanted to have great pacing, we didn't want it to feel choppy, and so that was just early on. We had free reign to just edit. At some points Jay wrote in my character's voice, I wrote in his character's voice. We learned things about, our characters from what the other one wrote.
And what was fun was afterwards, later on in the process, as we were really getting down to the fine-tuning of the editing, sometimes Carolyn or I would email the other person and say, I love this line.
That's genius.
Well, that's because you wrote it.
But we have no idea for most of the book who wrote what. Usually within a sentence, we both wrote about half.
Okay. Well, I understand that Warner Brothers has already bought the rights, that this is going to be turned into a movie. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Are you excited? Were you nervous about that process, giving up your work to a director? Or?
Yeah. It was fascinating because we finished the book editing everything on a Wednesday, and the following Wednesday I just happened to be in New York to film some promotional videos for The Future of Us. We were out at lunch and the agent called and said we just got an offer from Warner Brothers. And it was after a week after finishing.
It was like we were trembling. I mean, really, it was one of those like silent screams. You know, we're in a restaurant, and we were shaking because it was an amazing. I mean, Warner Brothers, the producer who really was interested in it, has like an amazing vision. She gets the book, and
we talked to her on the phone a couple days later, and their ideas for it were amazing. And
they were fantastic. I mean, they just took the book to like, you know, just like really took what we were doing and fulfilled that vision.
Great. Well, 15 years ago, if you could have looked at your Facebook accounts today, would you?
I would have. I wouldn't have not been able to.
No.
I would, you know, now I would have been absolutely amazed that I'm an author. Like, you know, and going to library conventions and spending an hour signing books. People want my autograph.
I know.
It's amazing.
I know.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and I would have wanted to see who I married, what my kids look like. Basically what our characters want to see about their futures. Where do I live?
What happened to my hair?
Exactly. Did I get highlights?
Well, we are at ALA in New Orleans right now, so I was wondering if you have any great library memories, a favorite library growing up, favorite librarian, or just why libraries have been important to you.
Yeah, I was going to story time since I can remember. My mom
You're still going to story time.
I do, yeah. My mom used to say it was crazy. Like, I would go to the library and we had these summer programs where you have to tell the librarian about the book you read, and I was just going in such detail about story and everything, and the librarian, she says, just like absolutely loved it, because I loved stories, and I love telling people about stories.
That's really cute. I grew up in a small town, and I could walk to my local public library, Seymour Library, and I would go every week as a tween with an empty backpack. I'd sit in the young adult section in middle grade and just go through every single book, fill up my backpack, go home, get in my bed, and just read. And it was just like, it was my home away from home.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jay and Carolyn, for talking to me, and I know BookPage readers will be very excited about The Future of Us.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.